All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Rob Review. We are live. All right. And we're talking about the road to 100,000. This is June, week 2. This is my first live update. I've been keeping all the updates to specifically the newsletter, the underaccreditedinvestor.com. However, my new way of doing things is to be even more transparent. And even those of you that haven't joined the newsletter yet, I want you to understand what is possible in the market. And so I'm going to start working to do these videos on a more weekly basis on the channel. The reality behind it is I believe that every one of us out there, because I've seen it happen to myself, when you actually get to where you have 6 figures in trading capital and there's that capital's there and you don't need it to be used in your lifestyle income or to get out of debt or anything. Once you out of debt and you're working towards having that kind of capital available to you, it changes how you trade and it changes the options that are available to you as far as financial investments. It really kickstarts compounding in a way that is unbelievable, because when you have a $100,000 account and you're trading with, let's say, regularly $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in principal, that same 25% gain that was a few thousand is now thousands of dollars, almost as much as some people make sometimes in half of a year or a year. And so it's a big difference. And so right now we're in June. Obviously, it's the summer months. A lot of times when we don't have a huge bull market like we have right now, there's a summertime slide that's seen. That hasn't happened yet, and I don't believe it'll happen as dramatically as it happened last year. But if it does happen, I think it'll probably end up happening later on in June. Right now, the charts to me, S&P 500 looks like it's kind of set up to tick up a little bit more, a little more sideways movement happening. It does need to decline to have a significant move, in my opinion, but that doesn't mean it's going to. And that means, as far as I'm concerned, I might not be doing a whole lot this week. I do believe the futures are set up to swing upwards sometime this week. This cord's aggravating me. Sorry. Okay. And if that happens, I am starting to trade, if you read the newsletter, more micro futures, mini micros, the MNQs and the SPYs version of that. I'm doing a lot of MNQs trades right now. I'm actually open, waiting for approval for a futures trading account. I've never thought about trading futures in this way before, but I see it as a huge lucrative option and a huge teachable learning experience for y'all to actually see what's available, because I look at the futures right now, especially the micro, the E-mini micros, as what options trading was like in the early 2000s. It was insanely profitable because so much money was being put into it. And the futures are like that now. And so it's a new trading asset. That, however, has not been accounted into my current trading, which is just options. I've done a total, you can see on that board, of about 4 or 5 trades this current month in June. I've actually done 4 trades. And so I started the month out with $12,240 in my account. I now have $10,870 in my account. I've gotten whacked because I've been doing a lot of silly trades. I mean, not silly meaning, I thought they were my pitches, but I realized that in reality, with my goal being a 50% gain in my account per month, if I just set back a little bit and waited for some better pitches, one of those gains was a 49% gain. It would have had me right there had I not taken all those other little swings. And so I'm going to lay back a little bit more. I'm going to be more proactive about being more inactive and just waiting and being patient. Because last year, this time in June, I had a 350% gain trade on the triple Qs. It was a call, and that set me up for a really, really good run into the end of the year. And it's because I waited for a good setup. And those kinds of gains are what changes your account. Contrary to popular belief, and at least the way I trade, a lot better than like trying to get little scalps here and there. It's just not my thing. So I need to leave alone these small trades that every trade that I have done in June so far, the CMI trade, it was a day. The triple Qs trade, it was 2 days. The MSTR trade, 1 day with a loss. The MSTR trade, 1 day with a loss. So it's these trades that I get in and immediately realize I don't need to be in them and get out. And that's holding me back. And so the road to 100,000 right now, I'm down a little bit from 12,000 to 10,000, but I can still finish the year out really strong. I think anybody trading right now should realize that this bull market we're in is really going to crank up in the years to come, I believe. And so there's a lot of money to be made. And this is a really good time to start a new account. And there's no time like now, really, to start a new account and just hammer it and work to get yourself to that point. Now, for all of you out there, just remember, June can be a very choppy month. It can be a very dead month. And even if it is not a dead month, it can be a very unforgivingly choppy market. So you want to be very selective in what you trade. And we're in warnings. There's no catalyst pushing us forward. So I wouldn't be surprised to see very little setup until later on in June. But we'll see what happens next week. Right now, all I have on my short list is possible micro futures trades. And then the rest of the stuff, if you read my newsletter, will come out as I see it set up. Always remember, guys, the market does not owe you. So wait for your pitch. All right. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Your friend in success here on the way to 100,000.